Well, we continue along with this week's episode of Fly Together, brought to you by Most 529, with a brand new edition of Bird Bites, our new segment in which Matt Turr, our PR and digital media specialist, and I alternate firing off some fun questions at our Springfield Cardinals players. This week, we're joined by Kramer Robertson, who's always a good time to catch up with. Well, we continue along here in Fly Together, brought to you by Most 529, and it's time for this week's edition of Bird Bites, where we welcome in our Springfield Cardinals and get to know these guys in kind of a fun way. And we've got the always entertaining Kramer Robertson joining us from last year's club. Kramer splitting the year between Memphis and Springfield. And Kramer, thanks for hanging out with us today. How you doing?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. Glad to be on.
And we're going to throw hard-hitting question after hard-hitting question at you here. And Matt Turr, our PR specialist. Matt, you want to start it off?
Yeah. So which player did you grow up idolizing?
So I grew up in Texas, so the Rangers were on TV every night. So I can remember being in my uniform in front of the TV, imitating Alex Rodriguez when he played shortstop for the Rangers. I was in my Alex Rodriguez jersey with my little baseball bat, pretending I was up to bat and I was him. And then as I got older in high school, the Rangers actually lost. They were so bad forever, and then they finally got good when I was in about high school age, and they got to the World Series 2 years in a row. And one year the Cardinals walked them off, and so I hated the Cardinals in high school. I was so mad that they beat the Rangers, and then ironically ended up getting drafted by them, and glad I did because it's such a first-class organization. But at the time in high school, I was so devastated that they came back and beat the Rangers in the World Series.
That's pretty funny.
All right. So what insect creeps you out the most?
Insect. Well, I guess a snake is not an insect. So I guess spiders. I don't love spiders. They're not terrible, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of spiders.
But you'd go spider over snake, or like?
No, not even close. Snake over spider. Snakes are like, I hate snakes. Like, if I see a snake, I'm not going anywhere near it, poisonous or not. Like, that is one of my biggest fears is snakes. I hate them.
Geez, we have 4 snakes in our backyard I found this spring, so this would not be a good place for you.
Terrible. We have a ton in Texas. We have the rattlesnakes here. They freak me out, man. I hate snakes.
All right, so if you couldn't play pro baseball, which sport would you play?
Football. If I could play any sport, it'd be football. I was a high school quarterback in Texas, and football was always my favorite sport. I just didn't grow to be big enough. My dad was a college quarterback at Louisiana Tech, and that's always been my first love. Just fortunately or unfortunately, wasn't big enough to play college or professionally. And so I didn't get a bad gig playing baseball, but I've always been a football guy.
What were those high school crowds like in Texas for football?
So I lost the state championship in high school at Cowboy Stadium, and we had well over 50,000 people there.
Jeez.
And the home game, anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000. We sold it out almost every game. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. If you see the movie Friday Night Lights, it's not too much different than that. It is a big deal in Texas.
So, okay, our next one here can either be hypothetical or in actuality. We don't need to know either way, but you and your either hypothetical or actual significant other are going out for a day of kayaking. Do you guys choose the double kayak, or do you go 2 single kayaks?
I would probably want to go single kayak, but then I would feel guilty if my significant other crashed or flipped their kayak or anything happened. So I'd want to be by myself, but I think being a good boyfriend and partner would be, it would be more responsible to go double kayak.
See, that's a great answer, and you can tell that you're not married, because anybody who's married goes single kayaks every time.
Yeah, that's
better afternoon if you just go single kayaks.
I'm far from being married.
So I don't think I've had pineapple on a pizza since my friend Jared's pool parties in middle school because his parents would order that all the time. What are your thoughts on pineapple on pizza?
They don't go together. Not a fan.
Okay.
The only thing I don't eat anything on pizza. I just like cheese. I'm so plain. I just like cheese pizza. I mean, I can eat the hamburger or the pepperoni, but I usually pull off the pepperoni. It's not a fan. Just like regular cheese pizza.
Respect that.
Yeah.
Plain.
Okay, so last year, I'm sure everybody remembers you hit a home run off of Clayton Kershaw in a rehab game in Tulsa. What was the first home run that you ever hit at any level?
The first home run I ever hit was in 10-year-old Little League, and I actually have a video of it at my house. It was my team was the Mets. I remember that, and I still have the baseball in my game room at home. And I'd gotten close like each year, like 8, 9, a couple times that season, and then I finally hit one, and I didn't even think it was going to go over, and it did. And I'll never forget that home run, my first over the fence home run. Left center
right.
field.
Over center.
Left center?
Left center field.
Gotcha.
That's where the one off Kershaw went too, right?
Yeah, the one off Kershaw, I think that went out of the ballpark into the parking lot. I'm going to keep telling people it went further and further.
Over the scoreboard.
Yeah, even if it did go first row, by next year I'm telling people that I hit it up the middle of the scoreboard.
Got it. So what player's jersey do you own other than your own?
Oh, baseball jerseys. I don't own any of them anymore. Once I got to pro baseball, honestly, I threw them out. I didn't want to own any. Kind of prideful. I didn't want to own any jerseys against anybody that I could play against. So I have no baseball jerseys.
Okay. What about another sport?
Other sports. I have Jordan, LeBron. I have a lot of basketball ones. I have some Cowboy jerseys from years past. Not a huge jersey guy anymore. Growing up, you name the player, I had them. Baseball, basketball. I had my Alex Rodriguez, my Allen Iverson. That's why I love being number 3, because when I first started playing sports, those were my guys in each sport, and they both wore number 3, and so that's why I started wearing number 3. But as a kid, I had every jersey of any big player in any big sport. I had to have them.
Okay, what switching topics here? What is your dream vacation?
Oh, my dream vacation. I mean, I've been to the beach, a lot of different beaches. I've been snow skiing. I've been places like that. I probably would want to go somewhere new, like maybe like Dubai, somewhere like crazy. Those pictures of that place look awesome. I'd want to do something different, rather than just go to a beach or go snow skiing.
I feel like anytime I think of Dubai, I think of someone hitting a golf ball over that giant skyscraper or off of it.
Yeah.
It's got to be top of the list.
Yeah, it just looks different. I hear it's super nice, and you could just do things that are different there.
Sure. Bringing it back home a bit, what's your go-to pregame meal?
Chicken parm. Huge chicken parm fan. I love spaghetti and I love chicken, so you throw those two together, it's perfect.
What else could you ask for?
There you go.
All right, and our last one before we let you off the hot seat here. So far, what's been the favorite moment of your baseball career?
By far, was the weekend. It wasn't just one moment. It was the weekend where my senior year of college, where we beat Mississippi State to go to the College World Series at our home field, and then a day or two later, I was drafted by the Cardinals. So I fulfilled 2 dreams in 48 hours, and that whole weekend was just so special. I got to spend it with family and friends, and I don't think anything can top that unless I get to the major leagues.
Sure. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, we're happy it was the Cardinals that drafted you, even though it crushed little Kramer's dreams from years ago of playing for the Texas Rangers. But
David Freese crushed 16-year-old Kramer's dreams that night. I'll never down to the last strike twice. Lance Berkman, saw him during spring training. They showed the video of it. Still have a little PTSD about it, but glad the Cardinals drafted me. It's a great organization to be in, great affiliates, and great people running it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're happy to have you, that's for sure, and we appreciate you taking some time during these crazy times we're in to hang out with us and do Bird Bites.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.